I'm recording this clip of video after I've recorded everything else. So it might seem a little weird because in a minute you're gonna get my hello crafty friends bit. But I neglected to tell you about the giveaway today, and I wanted to make sure that that was at the very beginning of the video and not the end of the video because it's so fun. Okay, so I have a giveaway today from Willow Hill Samplings. Cross stitch patterns, PDF charts, download. You can find their Etsy shop. They also will mail out physical charts as well if you prefer to work from that type of chart. I highlighted them on Focus on a Designer a few weeks back. They got in contact with me afterwards and offered me some PDF charts to offer up to you guys for giveaway. And just so kind. She sent me 6 charts, and one of them was the one, I'll tell you about it later. I'm gonna keep it a secret, but it's not really a secret because I said that I had a hard time deciding between the two and I really wanted to stitch the one. That's one of them. It's coming up, okay? And I'm not gonna give these away every day. I'm gonna spread these out. However, I do have one for today, and it is the Quaker Bird Sampler. Quaker Bird Sampler? Quaker Bluebird. Quaker Bluebird Sampler. And I am going to insert a photo of the pattern right here. Isn't it beautiful? And it's because of that piece that I found them, because it was a stitcher who sent me her work that she was working on, and it is just such a gorgeous piece. And in fact, I'm pretty positive that that stitcher has now finished her whip, the Quaker Bluebird. So let's do this as a Facebook giveaway, because it's been a little while since I did one over there. And I didn't do a Because Monday giveaway this week. So this giveaway is going to happen over on the Facebook group for Friday Off the Grid. If you're a member of that group, and it's a great group to be a member of, I promise you. And I'll put up a photo of the pattern, and you can just leave me a comment on that chart, and I will draw the winner. I'm gonna draw the winner next Monday. So next Monday, that will be, let's pretend that we're back to Monday, and this is the Because Monday giveaway because it's so pretty. Okay, it's a PDF download chart. Just a little reminder about PDF charts. You can't share them, and you can't, yeah, that's about it. You can't share them. So I only have one copy to give away. That's what the designer has sent me. And I hope that you'll enjoy it. So head on over to the Facebook group for that giveaway. And now I'm going to edit in the rest of the video. Okay, see you in a minute. Happy Wednesday, Flosstube. Hello, crafty friends. It is earlier during the day when I normally record after lunch, but today I have a to-do list that's fairly long, and so because I really wanted to fit in chatting with you today, I have made time for it earlier in the day. So the lighting is probably a little bit different in here for today's video, but I think it's okay. Pretty sure it's okay. Thank you to everyone yesterday who commented on when I say, as you can see. It was kind of nice to hear that there are a few of you out there who actually, you know, take that as a cue to look up from your stitching, and that you didn't mind me saying it at all, because I have a funny feeling it's one of those tics that I'm just going to, you know, lots of people say and ah, and I do it too, and these kinds of things. So I'll just go with it. So thank you. You guys leave the best comments. I just wanted to say right up front, thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone who leaves me a comment. And I know there's lots of times when you're watching YouTube and you might be watching it on a television, or you might be, you know, earbuds in doing the dishes, and you've just got them on a playlist and it's video after video after video. And so we don't always comment on every video that we watch. So I do the same thing. I don't, you know, I try to leave a comment when I can, but lots of times you've watched a video and you have a conversation with that person in your head and you think you've left them a comment, or you know what I mean. I just wanted to say a huge thank you, because I haven't always, you know, gone in and commented on every single comment that people leave me. In fact, I do it far less frequently than I should, but it takes quite a bit of time. And you guys leave great comments, and I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you. It's appreciated. And I had, because of the comments and questions, sometimes that leads me into something that I get to talk about the next day, which is great. So yesterday I shared Savon. So this is Landmark Tapestries and Charts, and I usually say this, but I don't think I did yesterday. You can find these charts at www.celtichobbies.com. They're hard to find. And I mentioned that I had been stitching this bottom up, but that because I was starting to get higher up on the fabric and I prefer stitching lower, I had flipped it and I was stitching up, top to bottom. And I had a few people say, what? I can't, you know, they couldn't quite visualize it. And didn't I have to worry about the direction of the leg? Which, you know, yes, of course, you would have to think about that. But it's not a problem if you go directly upside down. The top leg is going to be exactly the same, whether you're stitching bottom up or top down. The leg is exactly the same. Where the problem comes in, that you have to be really careful, I didn't get any work done on that, so I'm done showing you Savon now, unless you really want to see it again. But I think I might be able to put in a little bit tonight or tomorrow morning, so I'll share it again tomorrow. The ink circles piece, the mandala, this one, so ta-da! As you can see, I did my 30 minutes this morning, and I filled in most of this motif over here, and then I emptied my needle up in here with that dark mustard there. And what really has struck me now, what I'm starting to see develop, are butterflies in the corner. Look. And I didn't see them before. And now I see butterflies, and they're so pretty. Aren't they pretty? Okay, so back to my discussion about direction. Here's where the problem is. If you stitch in hand, like if you hold your Q-snap in hand and you're working on a design like this, you're going to be very tempted to do this, right? To work on down here. Then your direction is changed. So if you go top to bottom and you only do it a quarter turn, you have changed the direction of your top leg. And then you have to take note that it's changed and remember to do it. Now, when I stitched the other ink circles, Forest Flower, I did do that. I flipped it a quarter turn, and most of the time I remembered to do the top leg the right way, but occasionally I reverted to habit. However, it's on a 28 count 1/1, and no one is going to be looking that closely at it, so I left it. I didn't frog it out, I just left it. However, this one now, because I don't tend to hold Q-snaps in my hand anymore, because it does bother my thumb, I put it in my Lowry frame, and so the orientation is always the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the bottom half, and then I'm going to flip it top to bottom, and then I'll work bottom up, and then the top leg will be the same. I have been able to work sideways before, and I am stitching my Blackbird Designs Loose Feathers. I am stitching that sideways, but because I'm doing the entire piece sideways, the leg is going to be the same the whole way. I don't have to worry about swapping that out. Okay, so daily 30-minute a day screen capture here. So smile. It's always a grit your teeth kind of smile because it just feels so awkward, but it's adding up, isn't it? And I am going to be so thrilled at the end of this when I can just see what it's done. So, you know, I've kind of figured that each small, I'm pretty much completing a small motif every morning. Because when you factor in the stitches that I finished over here, that would have fully completed that small motif. And that's in about 30 minutes. It's about, what did I do? 3 lengths of floss? Yeah, it was 3 lengths of floss in 30 minutes. So I think that's pretty good. And thank you for the questions yesterday. That was great. One of the commenters who left me a comment about the As You Can See, who said that was kind of her cue to look up. And I'm so glad. This is, the person who left that comment was Yannicka. And I have been meaning to mention Yannicka for ages. And finally this morning I got my act together. Yannicka messaged me ages ago, back when I was starting my father-in-law's gray sock, big gray sock, because she's also a knitter. And she said, by the way, I happen to have a men's sock pattern that I have published for free. Feel free to check it out. And I did, and I printed it out because it's beautiful. And so I wanted to give a shout out and a point in the direction of Yannicka's pattern, because I have started to notice that we have a few more knitters hanging around the daily craft chat, which is so nice to see. And if you've moseyed over here because you've run out of Fiber Friends videos and you've scoped out my other channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And before you know it, I'll have you cross-stitching too. Just you wait. So Yannicka is also a stitcher, but I wanted to point out her pattern because it is a beautiful pair of men's socks. And as far as I know, this pattern is still free. Please feel free to correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong. I think I can share the whole first page, and it is a free pattern, but there's no pattern on the first page. Now I printed it out on a black and white printer, so you can't really see the details of the sock, but it's a twisted stitch pattern, and they're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. So the pattern name, as you can see, is Lau. And I believe this was on Ravelry. I'm pretty sure. But let me pop up Yannicka's name on the screen because editing time is going to be short today. So look up, take note, that is how you spell her name. And if you do a Google search for her name and that sock pattern name, you should be able to bring this pattern up. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful pair of socks. So my question is, and Yannicka, I hope you see this video today. The reason why I haven't cast these on is because the pattern is written for both magic loop, which I've done once but badly, and it uses Judy's magic cast on, so it's toe up, which I've also never done. And I am often, when it comes to my knitting, I'm not this way with cross stitch. I'm quite adventurous with my cross stitch. You know, I'll change colors and fabrics and whatnot. But when it comes to knitting, I'm not overly confident with many of my abilities. And knitting for me is a great kind of comfort sort of thing. And so if I don't feel confident with a technique, I tend to avoid it. And so I have had this pattern, I've looked at it, I've stared at it because they're beautiful socks. I really want to knit them, but I'm a little bit afraid of the techniques. And so I love knitting small circular and I love knitting top down. So my question to Yannicka is, can I knit this pattern top down on a small circular? Or am I kidding myself? And I should just put on some big girl pants and learn how to do those other things. I know people are going to leave me comments and say they're not hard. I know that. And I don't think that I'm not capable of doing it. That's not my problem. I know that I'm capable of doing it. But I know my personality, and these will languish if I feel uncomfortable doing it, because I always gravitate towards you know, if I only have a minute or 5 minutes or 10 minutes to knit a row, I'm gonna pick the easy stuff that I know how to do. I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna knit a row. So can I translate this pattern into how I like to knit? That's my question. And I hope that those sock knitters who are out there who are watching this, I hope that this led you down the garden path to a really wonderful pattern. Pretty great, right? I know. We have an awesome community. Awesome, awesome community. Okay, so the other thing that is on my crafty list, I actually have a crafty to-do list today. John has requested a new laptop sleeve. And the dimensions are slightly different. They're close to my small flat bag that I make, but they're not exactly the same because it needs a slightly snugger fit on the top. It's a little bit, the last one I made him was, anyways, you don't need to know that. He's getting bored of the one that he has had for 3 years now, and he would like a new one. And he would also like more padding in it. So he spent some time, and I suggested a few fabrics, and I pulled out some fabric that we purchased 3 years ago when we went to Hawaii for March break. We took the children. It was a very, very special trip, and I bought some fabric. It was, I always buy crafty souvenirs wherever I go. If I go somewhere special, I don't tend to buy anything other for myself other than either a skein of yarn or a pattern or some fabric. And so when we were in Hawaii, I bought some Hawaiian fabric. And so he chose the print because this will remind him of our vacation. So I've cut out the pieces, and I've cut out 2 layers of batting. I've never sewn a bag. So this, I'm thinking my machine is quite capable. I'm just gonna have to clip it. I don't pin, I clip. I use those Clover clips. And so I'm gonna have to clip it, I think, a little more substantially than I normally would. And so it's gonna be a bit of an experiment to figure out if I can double up on the batting in the bag. And I am using my very last black zipper. He better appreciate it. I am out of black zippers. I placed an order, but I use Zip It zippers, and they are in, oh, she's very close, and it's the name of the state that she's in. It's right, like literally right over the lake, and it's completely left my memory. Anyways, Zip It zippers, great business, small business, wonderful customer service. At the moment, they are only open, well, this may have changed, but up until now, during everything being shut down, they've only been open 1 hour a week. So if you need zippers, you have to make sure that you set your alarm for when they're open. So it is, I placed an order quite a while ago for some zippers, and it is through no fault of their own that I don't have them yet. All of the international mail coming to me is going through Toronto, and at the moment Toronto is absolutely completely backed up with packages and mail, and you know, they are I feel really bad for them because I think that they're trying their best, but they're absolutely swamped, and so all of our mail has been really delayed. So my zippers are out there somewhere, and in fact I have 2 zipper orders out there. So in any kind of shop update that you'll be seeing for the next couple of weeks, there won't be anything with black zippers. So those floral bags, I have some more floral print, but I won't be doing any more bags. No, I don't even have a different colored zipper that I could use with that. Anyways, John's getting my last black zipper. That's how special he is. And that's on my crafty to-do list today. So that's fun. And finishing up the packaging of the orders with Sarah and getting those out in the mail to those who placed orders last week. So thank you. Thank you. Okay, that really is it now. Time to go. Time to get my packaging done. I need to wake up the shipping manager first. She's still asleep. That's how early it is that I'm recording this video. So time to wake her up. I'll take her a cup of tea. She'll appreciate that. Okay, and I'll see you tomorrow.